Hey guys, this video is related to DeepSea 8610 MK2 controller, synchronizing controller for Gen to Gen application and Gen 2 per mains application. So you can watch the complete video and after that comment in the video below and you will see I explain each and everything. Before this kind of video nobody upload on the YouTube. You can go and check each and every wire, explain with connection the full wiring of 8610 in real time, a complete free training on YouTube. Nobody will teach you this thing on YouTube for free. So just go and watch complete video. After watching the video, comment below what is your question in anything. If you don't understand, just comment below. I will explain you in the next video with details. I need all your questions related to this. So let's start learning. Thank you very much. Start the video. Hello, assalamu alaikum. So this is our DeepSea 8610 and here is our generator at rest. Okay, here we have 3 indication or push button like this. See, oil service reset, alarm reset, air filter reset. Okay, after that here we have our main breaker, line 1, line 2, line 3 and the neutral here. This is our main breaker T6 800 amps. Here we have the safety and this is output. Okay, L1, L2, L3 and here we have our contactor. After that our power supply is going out from here. Okay, this contactor we have coil here A1, A2. Okay, and this is the auxiliary. Okay, after that if you can see, this is our control panel. Behind from our control panel, and here all the accessories of the control panel, like this is our battery negative. All the negatives are connected here. After that this is main positive fuse. Okay, and this is breaker dynamo for the dynamo protection. Okay, this 3-pole MS116. Okay, circuit protection breaker. This is we are using for bus protection. What is our bus protection? This side is our bus protection. Okay, we sense from here 3 phases. If you see these 3 control wire, these 3 control wires are connected here. Okay, and after that it is going out from here to V2. Okay, connected here on V2, sensing the bus voltage. If there is any problem with the bus voltage, this breaker will be tripped like this. Okay, this breaker will be tripped in this position. Okay, and now I will make it on. Okay, so this is here. After that here, this is auxiliary contact which is working with this breaker. Okay, so this auxiliary is giving digital input to our controller. If this breaker is tripped, it will show bus supply trip. Okay, this is for bus supply sensor. If this breaker is tripped, so this will show us the status on the controller also that bus supply is tripped. Okay, so that's why we are using this auxiliary as a digital input for our control, so our module will know, so it will immediately open our main contactor. Okay, so this is the protection. After that here we have these 3 fuses, 25, 26, 27. This is for generator fuses, generator supply sensing here. Okay, this 50 number is positive, main positive fuse, and this is 56 main positive from our emergency switch. Okay, after that here if you see battery charger fuse and generator contactor fuse. So battery charger, this is our battery charger. This fuse is using for battery charger. Okay, and gen contactor fuse, this gen contactor supply is here. This supply, if there is any problem with this gen contactor, okay, this fuse will be open. Okay, after that here we have K1 relay. Okay, and this is K2, K3, K4. So what is the function of K1, K2, K3, K4? As you see here, it is writing fuel relay. So once this relay is energized, the generator fuel is on. Okay, and this relay for starter motor, this will start the starter motor only for 5 to 6 seconds. After that this will be open. Okay, and this is generator contact relay. Once the generator is ready and the breaker is closed, this relay will close your main contactor. Okay, so if you see here, it's writing 18 number, and here if you see, this is 18 number wire. So this is closing the our main contactor. Okay, after that we have alarm relay here. Okay, if any alarm generated on our control panel, it will operate this relay K4. Okay, if you see this 54, it's coming from here, from the output number E. These all are outputs. Okay, these are giving out command to the relays. Okay, so these all are connected here. Okay, all outputs. So as you see here, this 82 number for the fuel relay, it's connected here. If you see, this 82 wire is connected here, yellow color, okay, on the fuel. After that, here we have 143, okay, for the starter relay. It is also connected here on the digital output 143. Okay, the next relay is 57, which is gen contact relay 57. 57, if you see here, this is 57. Okay, and this is volt free contact, which is closing our contactor. Okay, normally close contact we are using here. Okay, so after that we have 58 alarm for common alarm relay 58. So here this 58 is connected here. If you see, this is connected here 58 from digital output. So as you see, number 1 is main negative, battery negative, and battery symbol is there, and positive from battery. So this is power supply of controller. Okay, number 3 from emergency switch. Okay, emergency switch supply will be connected here, and number 4 is fuel relay, number 5 is starter relay, and number 6 for from dynamo. It is sensing the battery voltage charging or not charging. It will give you signal here. Okay, after that I explain you 58 and 64, 65 and 69. These all are digital outputs. From E to L, these all are digital outputs, and we have now spare. In spare we can connect as per our requirement. Here if you see this symbol for digital inputs, analog inputs. Analog inputs, we first of all here we have grounding terminal. So this is grounding terminal point. Here we will connect the common grounding cable. Okay, and after that we have 3 terminals, 16, 17, 18. Here we will connect our analog sensors like oil pressure sensor, water temperature sensor, fuel level sensor. These 3 are connected here. Okay, after that this is CAN bus, optional CAN bus which we are not using in this engine. Okay, this symbol is showing MPU for magnetic pickup unit, because this is electronic engine, so we are not using MPU here. But after that here we have ECU. This is electronic engine, so we have ECU. This is engine with ECU. So ECU card for communication we connected here, the CAN bus cable. Okay, this is CAN bus cable which is connected between controller and our ECU. So all the data from engine, it's collecting via this data cable, and after that we are seeing on our controller. This is MSC cable, multi-set controller. Okay, between all 3 generators we connected this multi-set controller. Okay, as you see, for communication between generator to generator, load sharing and starting stopping, all will be done with this cable. After that here we have governor and AVR. This is very important. Governor and AVR, this is we are using to control the engine speed, and AVR voltage control, because in synchronizing, as you know, we have to control the generator frequency and generator voltages. So from these are working as a analog outputs from 0 to 10 volt. Okay, so these 2 are giving analog outputs to our governor and to the AVR as per required load for increasing and decreasing the voltage and increasing and decreasing of the frequency. Here we have our communication port. If we need to program this controller, we have to connect our laptop with this port. Okay, this is our Ethernet cable for communication purpose, and this is USB terminal for data logging. Okay, if you want to record more than 250 alarms, you have to put here external USB to increase the controller memory. Okay, here we have this sticker which is deep, showing the model of the controller, Deep Sea 8610 MK2 auto start. Okay, for synchronizing, and here is the serial number. Okay, after that here we have 2 ports which is using for RS485 and RS232, same as function of our RJ45 here for Ethernet communication, or you can use RS485 communication or RS232 communication. So here we have these 4 contacts are volt free contact. Here we have to connect our supply and then take out as a relay, as a single pole relay. Okay, so these are configurable. You can configure from the PC. Here we have V1. What is the V1? V1 is our generator supply on which this controller install. It is sensing this generator voltage on V1. Here we are sensing red phase, yellow phase, blue phase and black. So line 1, line 2, line 3 and neutral. Okay, and after that V2 we are sensing from our bus side. This is called our bus side. Okay, and you see these cables are coming directly to V2. Okay, so these two are voltage sensing. One is bus sensing and one is generator voltage sensing. Okay, clear? After that 52, 53, 54, 55 and 56, these all terminals for our current transformer. Okay, which is monitoring the current transformer now inside the alternator, so I am unable to show you, but these all cable are coming from our 3 CTs. Number 1 from red phase, number 2 from yellow phase and number 3 from the blue phase, and this is the common of our 3 CTs. Okay, so here we connect on 53, as you see here, I1, I2, I3. These are the 3 CTs, and you see here the CT symbol. Okay, and the common is connected on 56 number. Okay, if we are using for earth protection, earth CT, so this CT will be connected here. Okay, that's why these two terminals are separate. After that, here we have digital inputs. All digital inputs are connected here. As you see, this is the digital input symbol and these are the cables. So I will see some example. I will show you some example of this. For example, if this is 32 number cable which is connected from our remote start. As you see here, this remote start having 32 number wire. Okay, so this is remote start, and here we have emergency stop. Okay, and here we have alarm. If we are connecting with this with any external alarm, okay, or to stop the generator from BMS room, so we will connect the cables here. Okay, after that, here we have battery charger. During at the rest time, now you see the charger is on. Okay, it is taking power from the utility supply, so it is always keep charging the generator battery. Here we have our MSC cable which is going to the other generator, and here is our grounding terminal. So all other digital inputs are here, as you see, number 62, 68 and 63. Also, as you see, this 62, this is 63 and 68 are connected here, and all other inputs are connected here for different alarms like remote start, oil pressure switch, temperature switch. All switches you can connect on these digital inputs. Okay, these are the specification of the controller. Okay, governor AVR plus minus 10 volt DC, which as I explain you here. Okay, on these two terminal it is giving plus minus 10 volt DC. Okay, and others are mentioned here, you can see very clearly. Okay, DC supply from 8 to 35 volt it is required here to operate this controller. DC outputs, these are the DC outputs, 24 volt per 15 ampere from terminal number 4 to terminal number 5. For example, this is terminal number 4 and this is 5. Only these two terminal having 15 ampere of the contact rating, but from T7 to T14 only we have 2 ampere. So for this reason we are using here external relays to protect our controller for any surge protection. Okay, or any overload condition. Volt free outputs, these are our volt free outputs, and these are the rating 250 volt AC 8 ampere. Okay, after that AC voltage input is maximum 600 volt AC for low voltage, 50-60 hertz, 1 phase and 3 phase. Okay, AC current input is 5 ampere, 50 hertz, 50-60 hertz, 1 phase to 3 phases, which is here. Okay, this one. Magnetic pickup 70 volt maximum, 10 kilohertz maximum. Okay, analog input 10 volt DC maximum, and common port 5 volt DC. Okay, this is I already explained you for governor and AVR plus minus 10 volt. So I think this is the video which you will understand very easily, and you can troubleshoot on any site with the help of this. This is very compact size of synchronizing panel. Okay, very fully automatic synchronizing no need to operate so many things, just very simply I can show you now. Okay, if you can see here, this is the controller, this is the stop button, this is manual mode button, auto button and start button. If you want to start generator on auto, just press the auto, generator will automatically start and close the breaker. Okay, but if you want to start on manually, you have to press manual button, then run button, and then press the breaker close button, so the breaker will be closed. Okay, these 4 buttons for navigation. Okay, to check the engine parameters like this. Okay, you can check all the parameters. After that you can check the generator parameters. Okay, bus parameters, alarms, ECU current, event logs, you can check all the event logs. Okay, so in this way, very easy and very simple controller. This button we are using for manual turning off the breaker, and this button using for manually turning on the breaker. These two are command on off command for the breakers. Okay, so thank you very much. If you have any question, please let me know.